Well, we've had 4 days of practice, 3.5 days of practice, and we're actually pretty excited. We are going to be a really young squad. We have 2 seniors and 3 juniors, and the rest of the 26 are sophomores and freshmen. So for us, looking at this year coming in, we thought, maybe a rebuilding year for us. But we've got great leadership out of our 2 senior captains, Mallory Urbis, our returning setter on the court from Urbandale, and Lizzie Blau, who's been our steady outside, consistent executor of kills from Dyke New Hartford. So 2 really good leaders from our seniors. And we've got some awesome sophomores that have already had playing time last year as freshmen. Kylie Bildstein in the middle from Beckman Catholic. And we expect, and she's showing us already, she's looking the same as last year, picking up right where she left off, which is pretty fun. And then, of course, our freshman of the year for the conference last year, Katie Foster at the libero position. And she also is playing just as well as we'd hoped she would be at this point. So we've got holes, we've got places to fill on the court, we've got a second outside hitter we got to figure out. There are about 3 or 4 people vying for it, which is awesome, again, because we've got more than one person going for it. There's good competition in the gym, and if someone wasn't able to fill the role, someone else can. So that's exciting. And then our second middle position on the opposite of Kylie is also being considered by 2 or 3 other athletes. So, and those are all freshmen and sophomores that are looking. I take that back. Paige Deppy is also a junior and looking very good in the middle, but on the outside it's freshmen and sophomores. So we're going to be young, but it's pretty darn fun to see them competing in the gym right now, and we're 4 days in, and who knows where we're going to be by Labor Day, hopefully ready to go, but we do look pretty strong at this point. Speaking of Labor Day weekend, we are up at Northwestern, a team that we've had to battle against and go up and compete at their site 2 years in a row for the regionals. I know they've lost a good crew, so we'll see where they're at as well. But in our schedule, we've got, right now looking at the polls, we have 3 teams that are ranked that will be playing this year and another 4 or 5 that have votes. We have votes. You don't know how the season's going to progress, but to saying that our schedule's fairly tough, we're okay with that, where we're at right now. And our home opener's against Luther on Wednesday, September 12th. So, and we only have 2 home dates in September. But in October, come see us. We'll be here. We'll be here more often. But we're excited about where this season is headed, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about our team.
You mentioned the competition for outside hitter. Who are some of those that are competing for that?
Yep, sophomore Lexi Groh from Lake Mills is one of those. We actually have Abby Thayer from Waverly. She's competing in both the middle and the outside positions to look for those as a freshman. Elena Harms from Illinois is also in that mix. And then Hannah Moeller from North Scott. Those are our main primary ones that we're looking at. And I forgot to mention some of our local people, but Jamie Williamson from here in Waverly is looking outstanding at the right side position, who would probably play opposite Mallory when Mallory's setting. So we do have some nice height in our lineup for sure.
Obviously, 3 freshmen are from here in Waverly, so kind of talk about the contributions you think they'll make this year.
Right. Well, and like I mentioned, Jamie Williamson just came in, and she looked like she'd been a part of the team for the last 3 years. She just is comfortable. She's a nice, quiet, hardworking kid, and she just gets the job done. And so right now, barring anything else, I would see her in that position. Claire Marsh is a setter out of Waverly, and she's looking very good. We've got a couple of setters that we're looking at. So when Mallory rotates the front row, we'll probably be in a 5-1, which means we need to have a back row player opposite her. And Claire has great defense back there. Another one is Madison Hedges out of Dyke New Hartford. You guys probably know they're pretty good at volleyball. And Madison is right there with them. And so Claire's doing a great job both playing defense and setting. And she's doing more setting right now, maybe on the JV court, but it's not that she can't do it on the varsity. She's doing the reserve side B right now. And then, like I mentioned, Abby Thayer is a powerful hitter. And she's like one of those kids you're like trying to find a way to get her on the court. Is she going to play outside? Do we need her there? Can she play there pretty well? She's used to middle. That's where she played at WSR. So she runs some great slides. The first day practice, we're just scrimmaging. We just always start with a scrimmage. And I see this great slide run, and bam, it's down. And I look, and of course it was Claire setting to Abby. And I'm like, well, you don't always get that when you come to college. They have those connections right out of the gate. So we've got some really good talent coming right out of the Go Hawks gym, and we're kind of excited about what they're able to bring. You bet.
I know you're picked to win the conference this year, but with such a young team, how do you feel that they'll handle that pressure of being the preseason number one?
You know, we don't talk about it a whole lot. We don't make it a big deal. We generally don't. We talk more about the culture in our gym and what's expected out of us day in and day out. And that means we're playing every single point in the gym just like it's a point in a match. And we're in this moment right now, and nothing else matters. And that's how we want them to compete when we get into the matches as well. So we know Luther's right there, and we're opening up with Luther, and they came in number 2 on the poll. But for us, if we can get our first years to just follow the mentality of our upperclassmen, I think we're in a really good place. So, and really, we don't talk about being where we're ranked. We're talking about we want to go for number 4 in a row, you know, and that's just our team goal. And so we're focused on that rather than maybe what other people have voted us to be.
With the return of conference freshman of the year, Katie Foster, as well as Kylie, who probably could have been in that running as
Right.
well, and they're only sophomores, how have you seen their leadership progress in the gym with even some of the upperclassmen? You
know, both of them, Katie talks more. Kylie's a quieter leader. She just does her job. And I think as a sophomore, that's still okay. I think she might start talking more as a junior or senior, but she leads by example, and her personality is one that she's just going to work hard and then smile at her teammates when they do something silly and come right back and work hard. She can roll with it, which is really cool. And Katie, being a libero, she just talks all the time, and that's her role. She did it last year. I think for her, it's just coming back and doing the same thing. And again, the pressure of being a leader isn't on her as a sophomore. It will be different as a junior and senior next year, but I think right now she's being Katie Foster and doing what Katie Foster does best. So both of them are doing an awesome job so far.
How many of the kids that are maybe in your mind as starters do you see going all 6 spots?
Right, that's a great question. Lizzie right now is our primary one, but I think there might be some younger athletes that when their time comes, they might be one of those kind of individuals. They were able to do that as in high school. But for us right now, Lizzie's probably our only one. Jamie Williamson actually could, but because we have defenders that are better than Jamie at this point, we're going to utilize them. And if we run a 5-1, we have tons of subs to when we can to make all through the game. When you run a 6-2, you're more limited in your subbing. So for us, the 5-1 gives us the liberty to do what we want to sub. We could leave Jamie in. We could put someone else in for her. So right now, those would be probably the ones that we would, because we do have good back row players, we'd probably just leave Lizzie as our all-around.